And let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Are you tired of managing symptoms without understanding why your body is breaking down? Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic provides consultation and re-education sessions followed by nutritional therapy programs designed to address the root causes of chronic disease. The clinic works with clients in Trinidad and Tobago and internationally, helping people rebuild the body through correct nutrition, not drugs, supplements, herbs, detoxes, injections, or quick fixes. Setwayo is also the author of You Are Not Sick, You Are Malnourished, a powerful health book that has been the top-selling book on consignment at RIK bookstores nationwide every month since entering the stores. If you're struggling with cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, autoimmune issues, fertility challenges, digestive problems, or other chronic condition, book a consultation and re-education session today. Purchase the book at RIK bookstores nationwide, Nelson's Bookstore in Tobago, Amazon, or Gumroad. Visit setwayoclinic.com or call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, rebuilding the body, reversing disease through nutritional therapy.
All right, so we're back. 26 minutes away from the hour 7 o'clock. I want to get to the phone line as quick as possible. Just take me to the Simon Nuberger clip from yesterday during the opposition press conference.
Public to understand. CNG, we have our former Minister of Energy here. CNG is a highly combustible fuel. That police post, and I refuse to call it a temporary post, because that is a prefab building that is placed on a cement foundation that has been cast. That is not what a temporary post is. That police post has been cast over an NGC line. A line that either has carried, is carrying, or will carry a highly combustible gas. And on top of that, because of the lack of consultation, the police post has been placed basically on top of a children's play park. At some point, the Minister of Homeland Security needs to answer questions. You, the court, as a project manager, needs to stop refusing to meet with the Tunapuna Piako Regional Corporation. And NGC has to answer questions not only to the Tunapuna Piako Regional Corporation, but to the population of that community and to the national population as to what measures have been taken, are being taken, or will be taken to ensure that what we do not have here is a disaster waiting to happen at a police post that has been built on top of a children's play park. We await those answers. And lastly, on that issue, this is again another example of UNC's approach to dealing with crime. everything that they have done for the last year, and I think we are now into the 4th month, to address crime is punitive and at the end of the process. And they continue to remove all of the measures, initiatives, programs, and plans that impacted the inputs to crime and criminality. This is the same UNC government that stopped the work that had been, as a project, tendered and awarded at that very Eddie Hart Savannah. That would have included an upgraded pavilion, cricket nets, a grass track for running, improved washroom facilities. They have done away with all of that. And the answer is to simply implement measures that are designed to move people at the end of that process between the police station, the jailhouse, the courts, and the morgue, instead of addressing the root cause of crime and criminality, as was being done on the PNM administration. Public.
Here was the interesting thing about that, right? He talking about the pipeline, right? The gas line. NGC responded early on this week and said that the line is inactive and poses no threat. Good? NGC said that this week. I ain't going mad. But here's the thing. Is a disaster waiting to happen because our police post is being built on a gas line, right? However, which came first, Simon and Dobriga? The gas line or the children's play park that sits there as well? Because it would mean that somebody decided to put a children's play park on a gas line. Not so? And even if the play park came after the gas line, right? That is one. That means somebody make a decision and say, yeah, we could put the play park on the gas line. But let me just say, the play park came first. Right? Then somebody would have to give NGC permission to run a gas line under the play park. Not so? And these are the idiotic things that come out of these people's mouth, and all they want me to find a way to do what? The second part of his discussion there is that the UNC government is not focusing on the root cause of crime as the PNM administration was. He just said that, you know. That's what he just said, you know. Pull up the crime stats, man. I tell you, when you have nothing to say, it's best you don't say anything, Jed. These are the crime statistics from, oh, let's see the graph. I know all you like graph, right? So again, all your graph this morning. I'm going to give all your graph this morning. I know all you like graph. All you enjoy graph whole pandemic. From 2014 to 2024, they do not have 25 there yet, neither 26, right? But we have those stats in front of us. So, as you could see from 2014 to 2024, the only place that murders went, this was the murder rate, the only place it went was up until we reached 2024, which was the highest ever murder rate in the country. So in 2022, the last 3 years, the two dip that you see in there, that is during the pandemic. So, pandemic done, man fly back out. 2022, 599. 2023, 577. And 2024, 625 murders. But Simon Ninobrega is trying to convince you that the PNM in the 10 years that they were there was dealing with the root cause of crime. But the murder rate was going up exponentially. And comes in a press conference to say this, you know. And all it telling me, them people are mad? If he's talking about programs, because he mentioned Ediat and the new pavilion and whatever, I'm very sure Roger Alexander is the MP for Tunapuna. That will be dealt with when it becomes a priority. When you don't have money, you prioritize, right? So the pavilion, these things may not be a priority at this point in time. But you're talking about root cause, and you're talking about they closed down. We're talking about they put Milat on pause. But hold on. Milat, CCC, CPEP, URP, because that's what he probably alluding to, eh? All of those things, while they existed at the same time that your murder rate was going up. So if I have to draw a line, and we have to be reasonable or logical, you cannot say that those things were having an impact on your crime, on your murder rate. If it was, your murder rate could have been going down, not up. Common sense tells us that. But to even come in a press conference, look, you see me? Let me open the phone and talk to sensible people. Oh God, hey Lord, Father, I tell you, I don't know now. I really don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm telling you, the PNM in real trouble because one, they are the Balize House issue to deal with that court judgment that judgment that I was telling you all about. Morning caller, and two, they keep coming and trying to argue points that they have no moral authority on. Right? They have no moral authority on those to even utter anything as it relates to that. So it makes you look even more suspicious as, but you feel we stupid or what? Because that's basically what I am hearing there. I'm hearing somebody who's trying to insult your intelligence. Morning, which means that nothing has changed.
Yes, Stephan, morning.
All in him trying to change all the ways as it relates to that. Yeah, what's going on?
Yes, Stephan, boy. Yeah, now, you have to remember these fellas talking to a certain segment in society that don't really read and understand or research, and they take everything that them tell them as Bible. Now, he getting licks online because people saying, it's safe for police posts, but it's safe for children play park. You understand? Now, lower down it at the food court, right?
Yeah, the food court is there as well.
On open flames. Right, now let me tell you something. Energy in its natural form is a tasteless, colorless, odorless gas. So even if it have a leak, nobody can detect it. So the people cooking lower down with open flames, if it really has gas running through a line, and it have a leak, nobody would know until it have an explosion. Now the cooking gas in your house in its natural form have no scent. They put a chemical in it called mercaptan. So that way when it leaking, you can smell when your cooking gas leaking. And a lot of people don't understand this. So them just come out talking a bunch of nonsense, but they getting licks online now because a lot of people opening their eyes and realizing fellas on garbage, boy.
All right. Yeah, I'm trying to, morning.
Hello, Stephan.
And the man come there and say that
Good morning.
Such confidence. Morning, yeah, go ahead.
Yes, Stephan, good morning. I could say, with all the confidence in the world, let us take, for example, the Tiruba police post, right? You have Monrepo, you have Marabella, and Gasperlo. Each of those stations would have cells that could hold about 50 persons at one time.
Right.
Let us don't worry about that, Stephan. And I feel like Penny, I know she probably used to play basketball or something, but I figure she could have been a good deflector Is that something named deflector in football? Because they're deflecting from that court matter with policy house. You realize that?
Uh-huh.
Right, Stephan? And I want to say this morning, right? We had a refinery, a steel company, a pitch lake, some of the best beaches in the world. And on top of that, we have great leadership. And do you see that with all these assets, we could have been rich, and now, you agree?
Right.
You agree? Yeah, and now that there are investments in the company, in the country, right? We can only go forward, right? So, can we have a day, one day that we cannot really say or host or talk about what is going on or what has been going on with the PNM and just talk about forward ever, backward never kind of thing, you know? All right, Stephan,
Right.
you
No
take care.
problem.
Have a good day. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, Lord Father, I tell you, I can't believe I myself. I just listen to some things I don't know nobody. Yeah, morning.
Morning, Mr. Stephan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, morning. When I get some time, you could drive up the road there for me. Take a video or a picture and find out where the picture and play park is. 'Cause I doubt it's the big machine on them Mr. Alexander was using when he visited. 'Cause I want to see where the children play park is. When I get some time,
You don't
see
you,
if you
you
could
didn't see
drive
the
up the
you
road
didn't
for
see
me.
the overhead shot?
Overhead shot? No.
Somebody
Just
yeah,
now?
the play park, all right. The play park is here, let's say it here, and the police post right here.
Okay, I want to see it. Okay. You
Right,
sure
I'll see if
just
I get
now?
a picture it and show you.
Okay, right.
It's
Thanks. I appreciate that.
amazing
Right.
that is
Okay.
even you understand?
I want to see where our play park is, yeah.
I'll get the picture for you. I have a picture it somewhere, I just didn't show it because it just didn't seem relevant to me at the time because I said, look, that is 6 or 1/2 a dozen of the other, yes, but I'll find it here. Somebody, I
So-
think, sent me a picture
So
that... Yeah, go ahead.
So in the press conference yesterday, they speak about terrestrial, and your houses had to demolish, and you had to pay the contractor, and the houses. Did they had any press conference for that yet?
I did not
We are no
see
press.
anything.
We are none.
I didn't see or hear anything with that.
You know, I was thinking yesterday, Mr. Stephan.
Uh-huh.
I know you might be able to maybe recall. You remember any project built under the UNC or the PP that was condemned by anybody and had to destroy like Las Alturas and like terrestrial? Anything like that ever occurred in history at Trinidad and Tobago?
Not that I could,
trying
not
to
off the top
remember.
of my head. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
We know Piaco Airport does win awards every year for the best airport in the Caribbean. We know that many times. But
Right.
I'm trying to remember if anything built under the PP/UNC was ever condemned and had to be destroyed and the contractors paid in full.
Not that I know
want to
of.
look for that.
Not that I know
Not
of.
that I know of, right?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Have a good morning.
That's a good question, yeah. All right. And then too, if the Nobrega is going to raise those issues, shouldn't you explain why you allowed a gas line to be placed in such a close proximity to a food court with open flame cooking? I mean, out of all the police posts that they put on, it's 30 of them, right, that they put it on. This is the only one that causing problems? Always show me a next headline with any other police post in Trinidad and Tobago that they put it on that getting so much media attention and so much objections or obstruction. Morning.
Because it's a PNM ground that is have always have PNM meeting and rally. But they have a problem with the gas line and the police post. But I bet if they was giving out food card in that police post, they'd ask to put up a few more. No matter what UNC do, everything is a problem. But I hope it have a lot more arrests coming soon. Thank you.
All right, no problem. And I really want to, listen, I trying my best here, boy, but, I really cannot understand. You must have, if you are going to bring a counter argument to something, You have to have a valid point. Okay? It has to be valid. It has to be based on something. Right? Its foundation has to be based, it's supposed to be based on a solid foundation. Morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning, Stephan.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I want to throw something in the mix, right? I'm watching the murder rate increasing there, right? And they're talking about social programs they had.
Yeah.
Now we had Milat at all these military.
Right, but nobody enclosed down Milat, eh? Nobody enclosed down Milat. They put Milat on hold, right? And that's all we know right now. But nobody shut it down. But go ahead.
Right, I'm gonna show something else in the mix now. The increase. Now we're saying for young people, they did do an investigation and to see if some of these young people who went into Milat, what they did afterwards. Because I have watched some of these shootings and things taking place, and you can see some of these fellas have some kind of military training because the way they conducting everything. I don't know if anybody think about that to look into that.
I never thought of that.
Some of these same people, some of these same fellas who came out from Milat, or people who come out from Milat, went in there with the wrong intention to learn how to use guns, because some of these guys, you can see the proficient with a gun. I don't know if I'm just showing that out because I think about it and I tell them to show that out, let people think about it.
All right.
And with the end, so you telling me the gas line passing the Etihad, so therefore the Etihad, so that I have to move. Since this thing started, that chairman has several different reasons why that police post shouldn't be there. But the problem with them is that they want the government to come to them and say, yeah, excuse me, we can do this and we can do that. Who is running the country? Who is running the country? Thank you very much, Mr.
Yeah, no
Stephan.
problem,
Good
man.
morning.
I never really thought that deep into it, as it relates to that. I mean, I wouldn't connect one to the other, and I don't want to believe that the program has produced, people that end up back on the block and in crime and the military training. I don't want to say that, but I never really thought of it in that way. The thought never crossed my mind, to be honest with you. But that's an interesting observation. And by the way, I'm getting information here from a media person who I have good connections with. They said there has never been a UNC project that has been condemned and in the manner of like a terrestrial and that kind of thing. And Milat has not been closed. I repeat again, Milat has not been closed. They just stuck a pin, boop, and they say, hold some string. We try to check on some things. We go come back at you. Morning.
Stephan, man, I drug here.
Yeah, man.
Stephan, the idea is everybody talking about the police post, as the young lady was speaking about earlier on that in Toruba, where they're going to put up a police post. Now, they used to have a mobile post from around 6 to 8 in the morning till about 6 in the evening. Now, that piece of area there where the Brala Stadium is to the Toruba, it really is a because it's coming in, out. So they might be cutting some places they could go to Princess Song, some they're coming back to Marbella. Now, in that vicinity, they really have Monrepo police station. It has the Marbella police station, the Gasparilla way off, what she's talking about. But by the end of the day, they put up all these posts. It's not really hotspot area where they put up like all Toruba and all these areas.
Right.
Right, they put up all these posts, right? By the end of the day, when they close down these posts later, we're not saying, God forbid, they close down these posts. What men go and will sell shoes and nuts and all kind of thing in it because it's permanent thing they put down there. In our post, they don't have any holding cell. So even though they arrest somebody in that vicinity, they might keep them there and then our police or my station will come and take them up and carry them into the station. So you don't have they're not building a holding cell in that. That post is supposed to be like maybe a toilet and just the post itself. For the chicken, I don't know if you can recall, about a couple of years ago, we had this same shortage of chicken where people was getting chicken out for the Christmas, maybe about £2 £2.50, you know. So like we just have this cycle, let's keep coming and coming and coming. But it's actually a ridiculous price with the chicken and them and with the heat. If you really check, any whole lot chicken is the guy that's among that heat in a chicken.
Right.
So chicken will be dying out, right? And business place were carrying lunches or preparing lunch, they will raise on the thing. But when after I see it come back to normal, people don't go back down with their prices. And when something raised, they already go down back again. Stephan, have a blessed one.
All right, man. No problem. Cool. Yeah, boy. I don't know, now, boy. A gas line is a problem. Inactive gas line, inactive gas line causes all this drama. And it's NGC. And he waited on an answer from NGC, but NGC don't respond to the issue since Monday. You can't make this up, you know. Morning.
Morning, Stephan. You know, I never knew they used to flow gas through macaroni. You know, these people are right in the head. You know, that I think is the 36-inch gas line that comes from offshore Galeota straight down to NGC in Point Lisas. You know how much time that gas line cross major roads, that cars and trucks and everything pass on it every single day, and nobody had no issue with that. All in a sudden, the whole of New York City bill on top where gas line pass the feed and supply the line. Nobody had no problem with that. These people have a gas problem with a 20 by 20 foundation on top of probably about a 6-inch gas line with probably pressure tested for about 10,000 PSI. You understand? And them have a problem with that. Why are we really happy in this country? Yeah, you know, I give Stuart Young and Rowley government all the benefit of the doubt. I use every excuse to try to give them the benefit of the doubt as to why it is they never made any type of negotiation for investment into the country. Every single thing that I could think about, I say COVID, I say probably the how the war and all kind of thing. So we didn't have no reason why they couldn't bring, because they brought 2 negotiations. They brought one where I think was Yam or something. We was very happy about that major investment into our economy. And then I think Rowley set up some bag company to make roll-on, carry-on bags and things. Very good. Most impressive to the economy. And when you listen to these people and whole press conference now about the investment that coming into the country, you would really understand why it is nobody didn't want to sit down and negotiate. No company didn't want to come and have no investment in Trinidad and Tobago. You know? Because let me tell you something, before you make any investment in any country, these companies just do plenty of research to find out what type of government they're dealing with, what kind of economy it have in that country, if they're related to any kind of corruption and all kind of thing. And if I want to invest in Trinidad and Tobago and the people am I sitting down to invest with, my hard-earned billions of US dollars and things. And I do all the research. I see they close on Caroni. I see they close on Petrotrin. I see they close on the Pitch Lake. I see they sell half of the energy industry in Point Lisas closed down. You be like going and sit down with these mad people and make any negotiation to come and open up any industry in Trinidad and Tobago?
Oh,
you are crazy. Look, in 1 year, as soon as these people sit down and start to talk to this government, they decide to put their investment in Trinidad and Tobago, and that alone. And you know the sad thing about it, Stuart Young and them have people sharing likes when them having these conferences and them. How you could convince people?
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. In everything that took place there between the steel mill and ExxonMobil and all of the agreements have been made, have you heard of any of them being under non-disclosure?
But from day one, everything is out on the open as broad as daylight. All you just have to do is just Google anything and you would find out every single thing. Look, I didn't know about that new type of material they was talking about and
vanadium.
What the component needed to manufacture it and thing. And all that we have, the majority we have in Trinidad already.
Right, and from what I understand yesterday, that whole part of it with the vanadium is also going to help us with the steel pan industry. Because instead of importing the raw materials, we will now be producing the raw material to make steel pan. So all of those things too.
If I have the ability, like Stuart Young and them, to convince people to like what I just be saying, let me tell you something, I would be one of the, Elon Musk would have been a piper compared to me. And these people are wasting that talent. I would have made these people come and every cent they have in their bank account and then just put it in my name.
Oh, God.
Because something had to be wrong with people in Trinidad and Tobago to listen to these idiots and them and hold press conference and take up their time in Trinidad and Tobago to listen to these people.
All right, man.
And take care by later.
Yeah, my brother, no problem. You know, it's another interesting thing. I had to laugh, I really had to laugh, I had to go to the break, but because we have Mr. Ramkumar Narayan sing with us, right? Director, now send you a picture in the chat. It's a picture that is the Etihad ground where the police post going. This was the overhead shot. It was put in Guardian Media. Is the one that took the shot. As it relates to what the caller was asking about, if we have a picture of where the play park is. But I'm not even sure if it's a play park or exercise. One of those, because it looking like is exercise equipment that is put along the strip, so you could go and people just go to the park and do the little thing. There's a little part of it, there, a little concrete part, and they just install all these little. So I'm not even sure if it's a play park. It's looking like a play park to me. But anyway, I have it there. Let me just get that up real quick, and then we'll get to the break. But it's interesting. And I'm sure if I ask people, all I remember when the PNM was having the raffle for the renovation of Valley's house, they said they were giving away some vehicles, right? I will go back and see if I could find an article, right, where they said what type of vehicles it was. In the court judgment, right? Because as I could recall, I think it was BMW or Mercedes-Benz or some kind of high-end vehicles, right? When I read in the court judgment yesterday, is one BMW was the grand prize. Right, fellas? And you know what the other vehicles were? As Simon Ninobrega talking about CNG. The Honda City. Is Honda City vehicles? That is when the court judgment. The CNG one. But I nearly did when I see that yesterday. I said, nah, wait, hold on. But I thought it was Mercedes-Benz and BMW. Is Honda City CNG vehicle? That in the court judgment, I read that yesterday, But I nearly fall off my chair. Yeah, so go full screen on that there. So this is the... that ain't looking like no children play park. That children play park? Because that's where the police post is. Now, this is an overhead shot taken by, as you could see, CNC3 Guardian Media, right? This is not my photo. I am working with what I am seeing with my own two eyes from what they photographed, right? But I see gym thing, that's the way it is. But this is why I see, and I see little thing in this go, the elderly people like to use it, you know what I mean? But that's why I see in there, I not see no children play park. Over there saying, they build it on the children play park. I'm trying to. So here I want to find out. Here I want to find out. Have they mentioned how is the gas line running? Is it running north to south or east to west? They haven't mentioned that, right? They just keep mentioning, all they're mentioning is that it's on a NGC gas line, which NGC has said is inactive since August the 9th. You have the inactive headline? From I think that would have been on Monday or Tuesday. If you have it, just pull it quick, and then we'll take the break and get to Ramkumar. So, yesterday was what, the 12th? So, The Nobrega is saying that NGC have questions to answer about this gas line, and he comes in a press conference yesterday and he says it, right? Yesterday was August the 12th, all right? And I sure the director, let me see if the director can find that headline for me. Inactive gas line, no threat to Eddie Hart post. This is NGC responding. Sorry, I screenshotted without the date. But this was on August the 9th. So on the 9th of August, NGC responded and said, hey, that is an inactive gas line. There is no threat to the Eddie Hart post. 3 days later, Simon Inobrega in a press conference talking about NGC have questions to answer. No, Inobrega, NGC have already answered those questions. They've said it is an inactive gas line, and I can't get Joel Ramdi no wrong, you know. He move on with the business and he go on. He have bigger fish to fry, right? So they waited on an answer, but the ones who have to answer is who put the play pack on the gas line to start with. Or who gave permission for a gas line to run under a play park? Those are the questions have to be. Hey, you see the comedy that is Trinidad and Tobago? Let me move on, boy. Let me move on, fellas. Let me move on. I done. And I just want to, as I end, I just want to remind you all, it's 30 police posts. Of the 30 police posts, this is the only one that it had problem with. The only one. And that is really happened at Eddie? People get robbed and raped and all kind of things in Eddie? I really hearing that from plenty people, you know. Even the groundsman, I think, said it. But I didn't know it's such a dangerous spot, you know. But because I don't in the West here, and really, I never really lived Tunapuno anywhere up there. Furthest I live is Barataria. But what I'm saying is I didn't know the grounds was that the furthest I live, Barataria, right? But I have ventured up on that side, of course. I never really spent enough time to know the ins and outs of Tunapuna, but I know Tunapuna had become a hot spot over the last X amount of years with people getting gone down all by the market and all kind of thing. And now you have the police force. And since Roger Alexander, I don't know if all you notice it, but since Roger Alexander has been the MP of the area, all I realize all that gone down thing and all that gang man thing and bad man thing and everything, all I realize that die out, eh? You ain't hear about that for a while, eh? All right. So we all continue to feel like the man in the way he's doing. Anyway, we take the break. When we come back from the break, Mr. Ramkumar Narayan Singh will be with us, and a little steel mill conversation coming up when we return. Don't go anywhere.
William Monroe's birthday celebration presents a church fundraiser talent show, The Talent Within. Join us on Saturday, the 29th of August at 6:30 p.m. at the San Juan Revival Ministries. Do you have a talent waiting to be discovered? Then this is your time to shine. Amazing cash prizes. First place, 5,000. Second place, 3,000. Third place, 2,000. Fourth place, 1,500. And fifth place, $1,000. Special guest performances by Blessed Messenger and Minister Sean Daniel. Tickets are only $100. And your tickets gives you more than just entry. You'll be automatically entered for a chance to win amazing door prizes, a toaster, pressure cooker, cooler, my personal favorite, a garment steamer, and so much more. Don't miss your chance to enjoy a night of incredible talent, great entertainment, and exciting giveaways. For more information, call 490-6760 or 332-6880. The Talent Within, where gifts are revealed and stars are born.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
If you want to be a better chef at home or advance your professional career,
Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy is the best place to be.
some of the courses that we offer here at the Academy: Creative National Cuisine 1 and 2, Baking and Pastry 1 and 2, Kids Summer Cooking Classes, one-day classes at the workshop. We have Asian cooking classes and certificate in culinary arts, food lovers and professionals.
Start your culinary journey today with us at the Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Master Ganesh Bhargav offers powerful guidance for all kinds of life problems, doubts, confusion, protection needs, and clarity. His astrology practice comes from a powerful ancestral tribal lineage with over 500 years of astrological and spiritual practice. Bhargavji does not dominate or pressure clients. Instead, he focuses on fixing problems with care and balance. His reunion love spells and death reversal spells are designed to restore harmony and provide lifetime protection. This is not individual effort alone, but collective spiritual power working for you. Many clients notice strong positive changes within a few sessions. Call +1 868 347 2350.
All right, so we're back, people. It's a good day. Today's the 30-minute segment with Mr. Reis because I have a feeling he has a lot to say. Of course, every Tuesday he joins us here. I was just getting during the break his knowledge on steel. And I just found out from him that he used to work in a steel plant at ArcelorMittal at the age from 17 to 31, you said?
Started on 17.
So you didn't have nothing about steel that you know about?
Relatively.
Relatively. You could talk anything on steel?
I can talk about the entire process.
All right, great. Yeah. So first off, let me get your thoughts on what has occurred this week with the reopening of the steel plant. It seems like throughout the country, the critics are more or less relieved and we've seen positive feedback. There has been some concerns raised in certain quarters, which is par for the course. What are your thoughts on this venture here with Pinnacle Steel and Vanadium Corporation?
All right, so first off, we have to go back a little bit to in history and understand where the steel plant comes from. The steel plant is part of Eric Williams' legacy.
Okay.
As our first prime minister, the records will tell you that Eric Williams had a a dream, he had a goal to make Trinidad and Tobago the industrial capital of the Caribbean. And that steel plant was one of his proverbial babies.
Okay.
If you look at history, you'll recognize that there was an industrial war that took place when Trinidad and Tobago went into steel production. What happened was that the giants in the industry had a problem with the fact that we could produce here with so much subsidized cost. And that would have led to us being able to sell steel at a cheaper rate than everybody else. And they actually went to the World Court and they got an injunction. I'm using layman terms here, right?
Right.
Against Trinidad and Tobago. And we were barred from selling steel to the international market because they said that we were cheating.
Serious?
Yes, this is records will tell you this. The people in the public, the ones who are familiar with history, and also the archives will tell you this information as well. Okay. It's not just me saying this, right? And the government was forced to limit itself to 1/10 of what it could potentially produce. And that led to an idle process in the plant. And then, of course, Mittal leased the plant from Trinidad, registered its SPAT, and became the 32nd richest man on the backs of that steel plant. So that steel plant has a rich history. And it's ironic, in my opinion, that the party that was founded by Eric Williams, where he was a leader, closed it, and then the UNC government has found a way to get it back
up and running.
And
okay.
I'll tell you this, sir, having been at the forefront of that 10 years ago, a decade ago, and having had the experience with the politicians, related business personnel, and the public, there was always this stereotype that the union had closed the steel plant, caused this closure of the steel plant. And the public records will show, and it's coming up again, and it's ironic that some persons who were previously refuting that are now conveniently referencing that information to claim that it is on that basis the challenges that the ArcelorMittal had when running that plant, with the glut in global steel market, challenges with rising cost of resources in Trinidad. They are now saying that those are the reasons why the plant should not, or those are the reasons why the government should be careful and the citizens should be careful about having an expectation. Well, I want to just clarify something. Trinidad and Tobago, you need to pay attention to the fact that this particular steel production company that's purchasing the plant, they're gearing towards a specialized steel production, which is actually what that steel plant was well known for in the world. We were one of the first plants in the world to be able to produce multi-grades. So let me tell you how it works, right? Because steel production is very, very complicated. You're talking about 1600, 1800 degrees operation. Mm-hmm. Just give you context. You know you know how hot boiling water is, right?
Yeah.
You know how first degree and second degree burns, right? 1600 degrees range, 1100 to 1600 degrees production. And with that, you have chemicals because you're adding different metals into a process to produce steel. It's very volatile, right? Mm. And because of the acidities that are associated with the production process, you find that there's significant wear and tear in everything that you're using, right? That plant was designed from the get-go to produce multiple grades, whilst other plants in the world, they would normally, in order to control operating costs, they would normally have a range, a specific range of grades. And when you talk about grades, guys, Trinidad and Tobago, these are the different type of steels. You have mild steel, so you have W grades, etc., etc. I'm not a great expert on the different grades. My colleagues who were from the ladle furnace and steel plant, the furnace area would know about these even more. But the point is that we were able to specialize in those high-end grades, and that is where Mittal made a lot of his money. Mm-hmm. And I see that this particular producer is coming to produce a specific grade of steel that is in high demand in the world.
Okay.
Right now,
that's the vanadium.
Yes.
Okay.
Now,
Well, there have been concerns. I saw that Professor Clement Imbert is asking if we have, if we possess enough raw materials to produce vanadium.
Well,
I think that was one of the questions he had in
I don't know who that guy is, and I don't know where he came from. But
well, I never hear. I don't know. I trying to figure out where these people just pop up from, but never did.
Yeah. But his surname tells me that he's probably related to popular people. But what I'm saying is this, right?
Well,
here's what Trinidad has never had raw materials for producing steel.
Oh, we've never possessed.
No, we've never had raw materials.
We've never had raw materials.
That's a joke. We have always been. We are always where we have always been geographically, and geographically located. We are in a ideal centralized area for receiving all the necessary raw materials. Latin America, North America, even coming from the east.
Right.
If you look at Trinidad, we are positioned ideally. And that is what will always give us relevance in this country. And that is what people of Trinidad and Tobago, you need to always remain mindful of. Don't let people sell you the crap that, you know, because of all our ebb and flow of our natural resources and all the politics and good and bad decisions being made at a national level, all of that does not change the fact that we continue to remain strategically located, geographically located in a strategic way that supports east, west, north, and south functioning collaboratively.
Okay.
So check this out. South America, Brazil, and all those other countries there, the entire South American continent, even including Venezuela, the advantage they have is they have the ore. They have all the other raw materials associated.
Right.
Right? That the problem that they have is that they have to truck. If they set up plants, 99% of the time, they have to truck all of their steel, all of their production to ports.
Okay.
Trinidad and Tobago has a natural port existing, a deep sea harbor in that Gulf of Paria. As a matter of fact, it was always boasted that we could produce billets and rest it on the ship while it's still hot compared to the rest of the world where they have to truck it. And then there's another thing. All of the ports all of the plants that are near to ports in the world, the challenges that they have is that they are susceptible to natural disasters, the weather patterns, etc., etc. Our Gulf of Paria is naturally shielded. So you have a lot of advantages when it comes to the deep sea harbor that exists at Point Lisas. You have a lot of advantages when it comes to where we're located and the ability of raw materials to get into the country. You have all of the facilities that you need to run the operation, banking facilities and all the associated contractors, service providers that you need to support the process.
Right.
Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, power.
Power.
Because that's the argument, right? That's what they're going to go to. They're going to say gas and power.
Right.
Well, in my opinion, common sense tells you that with the changes that has taken place with Venezuela and the demand that Venezuela has now.
Common sense tells you.
Common sense, yeah. Nothing
Common
else.
sense
Common sense, which is not common as we know, right?
Yeah.
In
Common
some circles.
sense, Common sense.
It's not common in
us.
some
Go ahead.
circles, right? Common sense tells you that the U.S. has just created ties with Venezuela. And we are seeing all the evidence of emerging ties. It's being announced. You have so many dignitaries from the U.S. talking on the public platforms about their relationship with Trinidad. It's only natural that this U.S. company will have some advantages when it comes to the relationship that the U.S. has with Venezuela and the issue of gas. It's only common sense, right?
Right.
So for me, what remains now is the issue of power. Now the hullabaloo about the solar farm that they set up in Brechin. Of course, alternative energy now comes to the forefront, right? And we have the environment for developing our renewable energy. So for me, we have everything that we need from my perspective.
Right.
And the government appears to have put all of these things in place over time over the last year. So it's 10 years to date, by the way, Stephan. When you look at it, in 2016 it was closed. A new government was in power, and they did nothing of substance or significance to help the workers or the industry.
They did nothing?
Nothing. The records will speak for themselves. It's not Narayan Singh saying this. Let public records show they did nothing. And then a new government came into power a decade later, and within the same space of time, the government changed the legislation to prevent that from happening again. It's going through, as I understand now. And you have the government bring in somebody, a US-based company. Well, whatever the circumstances would have been, we don't know, I don't know. But you see the government in partnership with this new entity that is interested in investing.
I need to ask you a question here. We see all of this, I mean, you mentioned with the US and everything, right? The US has to be in this discussion because it's US companies, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you might be able to answer this question, but what happens, of course, they have their midterm coming up in November.
Right.
Right. We don't know what will be the position with that, because you could end up with a little lame duck president up there.
Right.
Who we seem to have very good relations with right now, and everything is materializing pretty good.
Right.
We projected to end up in a good place. But if anything happens of it, because a few people have voiced those concerns, these type of deals that are being made right now,
yeah,
of course, that is, once that's signed, sealed, and delivered, that's business.
So that is what you've just raised there is a point we've been talking about in this program for a couple weeks now. Look at this. The population must recognize that this agreement and this engagement is not political. It is a private entity from the US that is coming to Trinidad to set up operation.
Right.
The government is signing an MOU with a new business owner that's coming into Trinidad. The US government is endorsing a private sector company. This has nothing to do, and this is the type of development that this country needs.
Right.
This country does not need...
So because a lot of people have raised the question, because they know the midterm coming.
Right.
Right? And they think that's why I ask you, that, and you would know with these type of deals, right? It is not, this is not a government
no,
issue.
it's not.
This is a private, these are private companies that put in their investment in Trinidad and Tobago for business purposes. So regardless of if whatever happens in the midterm in November, that does not affect what is on the table right now and what is projected to go.
That is my opinion, and the common sense tells you that.
All right.
So in terms of
common sense tells us
common sense, right?
Go ahead.
Now let's touch a little bit on how much time do you have, Stephan?
We have, as a matter of fact, let's take a little break.
Okay.
When we come back from the break, we'll have 16 minutes. All right, still. So we have some time still, but let me just pause for a cause here. We'll take a pause, catch our breath. A lot being, a lot is coming out here. Members of the opposition did hold a press conference yesterday and things of that nature, raising certain questions and making certain statements. But Mr. Narayan Singh would know, well, what is, I don't want to say true or false, but fact or fiction. I guess if we could put it that way, I mean, 6 or 1 half of that's not the other. But we're going to be back, and when we return, we'll get back into the discussion as it relates to the steel plant, the reopening, and the benefits of Trinidad and Tobago, the benefits for Trinidad and Tobago in the future. Don't go anywhere.
William Monroe's birthday celebration presents a church fundraiser talent show, The Talent Within. Join us on Saturday, the 29th of August at 6:30 p.m. at the San Juan Revival Ministries. Do you have a talent waiting to be discovered? Then this is your time to shine. Amazing cash prizes. First place, 5,000. Second place, 3,000. Third place, 2,000. Fourth place, 1,500. And fifth place, $1,000. Special guest performances by Blessed Messenger and Minister Sean Daniel. Tickets are only $100. And your tickets gives you more than just entry. You'll be automatically entered for a chance to win amazing door prizes, a toaster, pressure cooker, cooler, my personal favorite, a garment steamer, and so much more. Don't miss your chance to enjoy a night of incredible talent, great entertainment, and exciting giveaways. For more information, call 490-6760 or 332-6880. The talent within, where gifts are revealed and stars are born.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsayn, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE, that is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg, and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited, quality you can trust.
Eden Heights Clinic is one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. They offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, live blood analysis, halotherapy, limb backing, nutritional programs, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. Their professional doctors, Drs. Carlos Navarro, Bronwyn Navarro, and Brian Thompson, provide consultation services in areas of diabetes, detox programs, arthritis, sports injuries, heart disease, high blood pressure, persons suffering with knee, shoulder, and back pain. At Eden Heights Clinic, they understand that your health is your wealth. Get in touch with them to determine which service is the right choice for you. Visit them at any one of their 3 locations at 13 Montague Avenue, Trin City, at 41 Ramsaran Street, Chaguanas, or give them a call at 640-8985 or 613-7571, or send them a WhatsApp to 493-9196. Eden Heights Clinic is your right choice.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn, and we're here with Mr. Ramkumar Narayan Singh. We've been talking, and just before the break, he was giving us the information about this specialized market of vanadium. He is also giving us information on the steel plant and a little history on it. We're going to get into the jobs aspect of it and the unions role. So first off, before we get to the unions role, because I know I'm saying the union, and people must be saying, no, I'm wondering, but what union? Because the plant was closed, right? So we'll get to that. But we have here on the table a projection of up to 1,000 jobs.
Right.
Now, the opposition came out yesterday through their former energy minister, questioning, you know, and over the claims of these 1,000 jobs.
Right.
Let's talk about, okay, when Matal closed down, it was 644 workers that were sent home.
644 company employees.
Company employees. But okay, from an employment perspective, in terms of numbers of people affected by that closure, what type of numbers are we looking at?
Right, so this is what, we had 644 company employees. We had about 1,300 contracted employees directly supporting the operations of that plant, right? You had about, I think, 4 major contractors. I don't remember all of their names now, so I'm not going to call some and leave some. The point is, we have about 4 major contractors that provide auxiliary support, maintenance. That plant's huge, you know. Maintenance and supplemental workforce to the permanent staff, things like that, right? And then the peripheral employment, consequential of all the other operating industries that provided services there, is well over closer to 20,000 people that benefited from the operation.
20,000, you're saying?
Yeah. You see,
so this was not 644.
No. That was, so even that 1,000 that they're looking at, obviously they would be very cautious with how they announce numbers. And it has to be, because you don't want any, people will easily argue that you are skewing information when you say how the peripheral, or if you just call a number. But when you understand the dynamics of how that operation runs, all right, let me put it to you this way. 80%, or approximately 80% of TNTEC's power generation was being consumed. Just think about that alone, right?
Okay.
And WASA, huge consumption. Same thing with industrial gases and all these other companies, right? This huge consumer of resources, local resources that are critically needed or whatever, these things lead to employment because you need people to coordinate all of this.
Yes, right.
So all of this would be what anybody who's doing the analysis of it, they might just look at it and say, okay, that's not part of direct employment, but it's not like indirect employment. So this plant coming back up has the potential to immediately address the argument that we have, 6,000 people unemployed and all kind of thing. Now there are specialized persons who form part of that diaspora of operation. The Steelworkers Union of Trinidad and Tobago, as far as the last I was aware, they're the ones that have kept for the last 10 years these people in communication and in contact, because a lot of these people come from rural areas, and at this 10 years later, these guys are well into their senior years, and they're the experts locally in terms of how that plant is not only about having experts that you can bring in from other countries. It's also it's about having experts who know the structure and the operation process of that plant as it stands. Of course, I would imagine that they would be modernizing a lot of what exists there. Obviously, 10 years, the damage might, in some instances, might be irreparable. So you're going to talk about replacing infrastructure. And of course, that's going to be on a phased basis. So for me, realistically speaking, it will take them a year. I think they did announce that it's going to take them
about
a year.
About a year, yeah. By 2027, somewhere along there.
To really get that place back up to where it needs to be.
Right.
jobs are definitely, even with the...
In excess of 1,000.
Yeah, and even with the construction process that has to take place, the revamp, the development.
So we're looking at the economy making a total 180 here.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. The union. Now, it have a union?
Of course.
Okay, so the union still exists.
Steelworkers Union of Trinidad and Tobago. I met some of the executive members just a couple of days ago, last week sometime.
So, all right. But because we were saying, I think somebody mentioned it earlier this week, and people were saying, you know, but these workers would have moved on and gone to...
I am a prime example of that.
But right, yes, you have moved on.
And I will not directly go back into... I mean, it's been 10 years, a 10-year journey, and I have gone in a different direction.
So do we have the expertise and the manpower, the skilled workers available right now?
I think you have enough people. Listen, we have hundreds of people coming out of university. We have an educated population, you know.
Okay.
We have hundreds of people coming out of university that looking for jobs. This is not only about the former employees who've probably moved on in some aspects, right? It's also about the people, the future of our technically, academically trained persons who currently are facing a grim outlook, was facing a grim outlook with the closure of the entire industry, polyester industry coming down, and then the closure, the total dissemination of the oil and gas sector.
Right.
So, in my opinion, all of these indicators, the potential for revamping oil, the potential for revamping the steel, potential for the alternative energy industry developing, all of these things align with new and young people, technical people that we have been producing for the last 10 years, having an opportunity to find work that aligns with their academics. In relation to the union, just as how the OWTU is securing successorship for the new companies that were opened to replace Petrotrin, and that is always blew my mind that you just take something that was large and you break it up into small pieces and set up new companies and you claim that you had closed the industry. You know, it's real interesting, right? You're going to find that Steelworkers Union has a place and a responsibility to fulfill in the course of this process. And the successorship is relatively simple. I've heard the government talk about this. I heard Mrs. Julian John, the Honorable Minister, she spoke about it. She said the expectation that she has, and I'm paraphrasing here, is that people will understand the relevance and significance of this and recognize and be level-headed. I'm using my words here. She's implying that we all need to be level-headed in our approach for making this work for the country's benefit and the benefit of all persons who are involved.
Yeah.
So that means that in the course of the union getting involved, it is my opinion that they will continue to be a responsible union and support the initiative for getting this industry back up and running. And I do think that they have an important role to play because they understand the dynamics of Trinidad and Tobago's work, the work environment, the structure of industrial relations, and the structure of how that correlates to international culture.
Right.
We've had engagement with the Germans, with the Indians, with the Japanese, Chinese, everybody, the Americans. They have that experience. They understand how to make it work. So this time around, I think the focus on productivity and the efforts to support this initiative is going to have to be at the forefront. But I want to just touch on something. I don't want maybe a minute. I'll take a minute and touch on
We have about 5 minutes again.
We must always remember Trinidad and Tobago, that the role and function of a union is not to become management of a operation. It's this, people have this myth that unions have a say, that they must now direct the workforce to function a certain way. Management has a responsibility of establishing the right standards policies, procedures, protocol. Unions have a say in that when it comes to how it impacts on their membership.
Right.
But ultimately, they are, just like the politicians are guided by their constituents, unions are guided by the constituents of their membership, right? And the leaderships of unions are responsible for guiding these people, giving them advice and making suggestions towards a final decision. But quite often, they are also limited by that. If you have a majority of a membership saying, we don't want to do this, or we don't want to do that, or, you understand?
Yeah.
So, for me, the message is not so much so to the union, it is so much so to the people that are going to have the opportunity to be part of this process.
Okay.
You must adopt an attitude of productivity and functionality for sustainability of this industry in this country.
Okay. Anytime we have about 3 minutes here. We say in about a year, right? Because I know that people want to know, people have a level of impatience, right? And sometimes when the average man doesn't see the bigger picture, right? But, you know, I've sat here and I've seen certain pieces falling into place.
Right.
Right? As it relates to the restructuring or resetting of the economy, or the economy rebounding.
Right.
Right? Whichever way you want to use, right? Now, realistically, given that 1 year time frame, because the plant is going to be, it's going to take a while to get up and running, they estimate, right? But when things start to turn and production starts, Trinidad and Tobago will start reaping the benefits of this over what time frame you would say? Like, how long would it take us as the plant gets into motion and once we are I expect us to be productive, but when do we start to feel the effects, the positive effects of this plant reopening?
So let me tell you, this is going to be like California and surrounding areas will be an epicenter, and it's going to spread immediately. From the minute they turn sod and they start the process of revamping that plant, you're going to see the benefits in that entire area, that central area. Because you're talking about manpower for cleaning and repairing and refurbishing entire steel, you understand? Entire steel industry. So, facility. So it's going to be immediate. You're going, and then you're going to see the levels of it progressing as they move towards actual production. When production starts...
so from one phase to the next phase.
Yeah, this is not, in my opinion, this is not going to... It's a matter of how wide that progressive benefit becomes over time. Right. With a year, from the minute they start refurbishment, you're going to start to see areas, pockets of development, pockets of benefit, and then as it grows, it's going to expand into our GDP in Trinidad and Tobago.
All right. So good things on the horizon then?
I feel very confident about that.
Very confident?
I feel very confident.
Well, I mean, if anybody knows steel, it's Mr. Narayan Singh, right? You said you started at 17 and you worked in the plant until you were 31.
Yeah.
So you gave let me see, 13, 14 years?
14 years.
14 years. So you know all the ins and outs of the steel plant.
Most of it. But there are people who gave 30 and 40 years of their life, Stephan, and
yeah.
I'm happy to know that some of them are still here and they are able to see this day. Because there are ones that did not.
Right.
There are ones that never had the opportunity to see this opportunity present itself, this re-emergence of this industry.
And just to be clear, this plant is not like the refinery. in terms of switching it back on.
No.
Because they
Somebody
have
said they
said
could do
that,
that.
No, somebody said it's going to take a while. It's going to take a few years to get a refinery back up and running.
Yeah, I do know that.
Probably about three, maybe.
Nah,
3
the
to
plant
4.
is, these.
But
so
this is a whole different.
The facility. I don't see 3 and 4 years taking place. Right. Unless something happens and the new owners decide they're not going to do it. I don't think they're listening to the white noise that is.
A lot of noise, you know. A lot of noise.
You know what white noise is, right?
Makers.
Anybody? That's not a reference to any race or anything. White noise is just a...
No, that's a terminology.
Yeah, right. So just white noise
But we know where the noise is coming from, and we expect... I mean, look, I expect certain people to make noise. My thing is, you know, I mean, it fell apart under your watch. So
be quiet.
So you got to be quiet
be
right
quiet.
now. You're not in a position to ask any questions per se, and question anything. Any non-disclosure issues here?
I listen. I heard you all mention that earlier this morning.
The only reason I mentioned that is because under the last administration, we had a lot of deals that were being made.
Right.
Under non-disclosure agreements.
Listen,
but I haven't heard of anything.
All right.
Like
So
that.
NDA is a normal part of government and private sector business discussions.
Right.
It's a standard process within both government and private sector operations.
Okay.
Because there are things that will not be presented as public information because it would be sensitive to how you plan the development of the business. So NDAs are normal.
That's
right?
a normal thing.
However, that doesn't get in the way of the macro information being disseminated.
Right.
Right? It's obvious, Stephan, that they didn't come yesterday and buy the plant and then announce tomorrow. This was in the pipeline for months.
For months.
This didn't happen overnight.
For months?
For months, yeah, this would have been for months.
Okay.
So nothing like this. So what will happen in the months that it was taking place until they get to a place where there was a concretization of an agreement and an understanding between themselves and the
and Pinnacle.
And whoever had owned it and whatever. Because you know, this has nothing to do with the sale of this plant has nothing to do with the government, you know.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with the government. The government is in partnership with them as a MOU for resources and whatever else.
Okay.
But the actual sale, this is with the liquidator and whoever else was in the process of acquiring the plant.
Yes.
I think it was Iron and Steel Company of Trinidad and Tobago. Some company that was last year they announced that they were the purchasers. Obviously, they went into some kind of partnership or sale agreement with this U.S. entity.
Right.
But this has nothing to do with the government. The government is just in partnership with them for the supply of resources. Because they will need that partnership to have what they need to run the plant.
Okay.
And that is what, this is not a government selling a plant to a U.S. company, and that's been touted as well.
But that's the general feeling. But I'm glad you articulated that.
Yeah, that is not
how that deal works.
No.
But they facilitate.
They are
facilitator. The government is a facilitator, but rightfully
so.
There would have been negotiations that they would have had to agree to.
Yes, of course.
Right. So they would have sat at the negotiation table with Pinnacle and say, well, look, this is what we could provide and this is what we could facilitate. And they move forward from there. And Trinidad and Tobago will get its fair share of the pie and they negotiate whatever, right? From there on in. Right. Beautiful. So now that we have that on the table and we understand, or we have a complete understanding of what is taking place in the reopening of the steel plant, I hope that everybody is satisfied. Yes? All right. We're going to say thanks to Mr. Narayan Singh, and we will see him again next week. We're going to take a break, people, our final break, and when we come back, we'll wrap things up. And as we prepare to wrap things up before we get to the birthdays, some UK doubles, boy. Fella went and he buy some doubles in the UK there, boy, in a little kind of village.
Yeah.
The man say best deal, £350. We will return $3.50.
By 10.
By 10.
$35.
Best deal. Best deal. Well, brother, if you come to Trinidad, Lord of mercy. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere.
Eden Heights Clinic is one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. They offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, live blood analysis, halotherapy, limb bagging, nutritional programs, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. Their professional doctors, Drs. Carlos Navarro, Bronwyn Navarro, and Brian Thompson provide consultation services in areas of diabetes detox programs, arthritis, sports injuries, heart disease, high blood pressure, persons suffering with knee, shoulder, and back pain. At Eden Heights Clinic, they understand that your health is your wealth. Get in touch with them to determine which service is the right choice for you. Visit them at any one of their 3 locations at 13 Montague Avenue, Twin City, at 41 Ramsaran Street, Shoguanas, or give them a call at 640-8985 or 613-7571, or send them a WhatsApp to 493-9196. Eden Heights Clinic is your right choice.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
Master Ganesh Bhargav offers powerful guidance for all kinds of life problems, doubts, confusion, protection needs, and clarity. His astrology practice comes from a powerful ancestral tribal lineage with over 500 years of astrological and spiritual practice. Bhargavji does not dominate or pressure clients. Instead, he focuses on fixing problems with care and balance. His reunion love spells and death reversal spells are designed to restore harmony and provide lifetime protection. This is not individual effort alone, but collective spiritual power working for you. Many clients notice strong positive changes within a few sessions. Call +1 868 347 2350.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
Greetings to you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, the sweet Rose of Sharon and the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus. I am Ezekiel Johnson Fort, and I am pleasured to inform you of the newest branch of the Christian Union Church, Trinidad and Grenada District, San Juan Revival Ministries. If you are desiring prayer, healing, or that closer connection to the Heavenly Father, then the place to be is at San Juan Revival Ministries. And allow me to ask you one question. Are you living a life without Jesus Christ? Do you desire freedom from spiritual bondage? Then the only solution to your problem is Him. In the book of Matthew, chapter 11 and verses 28, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And this is mostly speaking to those of you who are Christians and you might not have a place to fellowship. Come. Fellowship with us at the Christian Union Church, San Juan Revival Ministries. Come, be edified and equipped by the Word of God, preached by the man of God, Senior Reverend Bishop Dave Donation. You will be empowered by the move of the Holy Spirit of the living God. Come and be comforted. If you desire to be an environment that shows compassion and care for your spiritual needs, growth, and development, then fellowship with us at number 1 Barrel Corner, Saddle Road, every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. I look forward to seeing you there, and God bless you all, and may the peace of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, be with you now and always. God bless you all.
All right, people, so we're back, and we want to thank Mr. Ramkumar Narayan Singh, of course, for joining us this morning. And as we proceed to end things this morning and wrap up the show, I saw a very interesting video. A guy went to a village in the UK, and he found doubles. Apparently, it tastes extremely good to him. It don't look like it would taste extremely good to me, because I know what a doubles is, right? But he was saying it is $3.50, £3.50, right? Run with our UK double slip now.
He's only open 3 days a week. I've been meaning to come for so long, and we're finally going to try him out. Yes, £3.50. Let me. You're not even listening to me. I would love to try your chana. Can I get 2 of them small ones? A little bit of mango. Ooh, the star treatment, huh?
No, getting star treatment. Vegetables and all.
But I haven't tried it first. What if I don't like it?
Oh, you come back and I'll give you back the money.
Well, that's how you get it free. Okay, for £3.50, I told you guys already, but this is unbelievable value. So how am I supposed to eat this? Just squeeze it like this? And okay.
You eat and so on.
All right, so I'm clearly not trained. This Jamaican brother don't know nothing about no Trinidadian food.
The young Punjabi brought it over and them do it. And we mastered it.
Good, man. Okay. It's really good. Wow. I shouldn't have said that because now I'm not getting my money back. But, guys, for £3.50, Shepherd's Bush Market, you can get arguably some of the tastiest food I've ever had. You can get yourself down here now.
Is it the Bismarck, he said? Now, to that brother, you need to come to Trinidad and Tobago. And what we need to do, fellas, is we need to send somebody to the UK and put them in that market to sell real doubles. That barra ain't look like a barra. That barra ain't Bahrain, right? I ain't know what that. The man take out the chana with is a mashed potato. That is we take out the chana with, right? The thing is used to mash potatoes. Homie have a spoon, boy? Yes, boy. That is mashed potato with that, boy. That is mashed potato. Lord have mercy. And then, I don't know, anyway, oh, good God. Here now, people make money, people making money off a treat. The man says, steal of a deal, you know. Best price, you know, £3.50, you know. That's roughly $33 or something, so TT. But we use 10 to 1, $35. Remember when we went to Antigua, Chris? Remember how much she was selling a double swa? Roti King? Boy, you know. And we doubles men and them down here selling at 6TT. Man, I take it, but 6TT doubles, eh? Yeah, boy, the Bismarck. And he says a viral doubles, eh? So apparently this thing gone viral in the UK. Somebody went and plenty people doing videos and he see it, he gone down there to taste it. And he and all saying come down to the best. So that man go move out the Bismarck just now because he go have a whole business. At £3.50 and everybody running on there to taste our doubles. Wait, sir. Watch. He said, arguably some of the most tasty food. I don't know if that's as tasty as a Trinidad doubles, bro. But I haven't tasted it. But you know what I mean. We gotta get to the birthdays. But when you accustomed to our doubles, our traditional doubles, and then you see what is selling for doubles outside, you just be like, and people just marvel over that when they're selling outside, eh? Imagine, and that's why when they come down here and they get the real thing, the real McCoy. You see, we have to market these things to the world, you know, boy. And let the world know, hey, come to Trinidad. You want doubles? You like it? Come to Trinidad. You understand? We supposed to have that in the airport. As you come out of the airport, you understand what I'm saying? We have any doubles man in the airport? I haven't seen. When you come to Trinidad, we supposed to have a man with a box ride in the middle of the outside. I talking about inside, man. Why they can't put doubles man inside? They sell bacon shack too? Why would I put doubles man right there, boy? As you come off the plane. As you come off the plane and you walk in and you go through immigration and thing, and you come out, bam! Doubles. Yes, by arrivals, doubles man right there, rapping for you, boy. Now, we can't put them in duty free. Oh, God, they'll get real cheap. They'll get for $2. Oh, gosh, nah. All right, so steel pan and doubles, two things we must get in the airport. You understand? All right, we don't want to get them bacon shack in the airport. I don't agree with that because you had to go Maracas and eat a bacon shack. A bacon shack, any other part of Trinidad, it don't taste like a bacon shack in Maracas. You just had to be in Maracas and really get the vibes, you know. But anyway, wishing Antonio a happy 18th birthday from all of us at home. Wishing you many more. Antonio, happy birthday to you, man. 18 years, man. Big man business. Also, we got to wish Isabella Marie Swan a happy birthday today from Auntie Orchid. Also, coming from Joshua, Kate, Granny Barbara, Jade, Mom, and, of course, your dad. And, yeah, love you from Bella. So, happy birthday going out to Isabella Marie Swan. Also, today, August 13, we celebrate our beautiful mom, Urmila Raghubir, and, on her 65th birthday. Wishing you many more wonderful birthdays filled with great health, strength, happiness, love, and countless blessings. We are so grateful to have you in our lives and love you more than words can say. Happy 65th birthday, Mom. With all of our love from your husband, Kimraj, your daughter, Rashmi, your son, Rishi, your daughter-in-law, Ishana, and your grandson, Ranveer. All right? So happy birthday going out to Urmila. And finally, sending a happy 75th birthday greeting to Mrs. Elaine Ramlochan. She also celebrates her wedding anniversary today. This young lady is a huge fan of you, Stephan, and an avid listener to the program. Big up yourself. Nice. Here's wishing you many more years of good health, happiness, and love. And this greeting is coming from her husband, Harry, children, Sean and Cindy, grandchildren, Valmiki, Shivan, Amy, Adam, and Belle, her daughter-in-law's son-in-law, Mohan, and the rest of the family. All right, nice. Elaine, happy birthday, girl. Oh, gosh. All right, so people, we got to wrap things up for today. Tomorrow, Chef Shiraz will be here with a couple other chefs. And so they're getting food in the morning. And outside of that, we have an interview with Naparima Bowl. With Naparima or the Naparima Bowl? That's not. Let me just double check that there, fellas. I know they sent me an email. It's in the inbox, you know. Is it Naparima Bowl or Naparima? Or is that Naparima, you know? Anyway, yeah, I think it's in Naparima Bowl. They have an interview with us tomorrow on the 14th. But I have so much emails here that I cannot locate it right now. But I know we have an interview with them. Or did they send it to my, or was it my private email, boy? It's one out of the two, but I'll find it today and organize with them. All right? In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your day. And yeah, we will see you tomorrow to wrap up the week. Can you believe it? The week is almost over already. We have New York is just a couple weeks away. And yeah, we have a lot of stuff to do. A lot to do. All right? I'll see if I could bring you that court judgment tomorrow, once we get that organized. Well, the fella said they don't organize that already, so it's just for me to take out the points. And that is my thing, you know, when I don't have a physical copy in my hand, where I could highlight this, that, and the other, you know, but we organize the suit. Until tomorrow, people, have a great day. We out. Goodbye.